Hey y'all, back with part 2 of Sunday Fun Day Live. So let me get myself set up so I can see the new stream coming through. Let's see here. And thank y'all for sticking with me through these changes. We're going to do things a little bit differently going forward, but it worked out well. So people know exactly what we're talking about. They can come in and get out. They don't have to stay for all the topics they want to. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever you are. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Get myself logged on in so we can get these topics going now. Thank you for that second thumbs up, whoever you are. I appreciate that. I need that. Okay, so here we go. Video number 2. All right. I know, then I won't be wasting my coffee. God don't like ugly. Oh. Now I just gotta sit here and drink my ice water. I'm gonna try to show y'all all the way. No, I did not change my clothes, but thank y'all for coming back. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. I was wondering how this was going to work out. Part of me was afraid that I was, and I probably will lose some people who were here the first time. Thank y'all for coming back. Wolverine, Sharn, Soul Sessions TV, and Brenda. I thank y'all for coming back. And I'll give it 5 minutes before we go on and get into it. Thank you for the 3 thumbs up so far. I appreciate that. Stacey Dash is a hot mess. Yes, she is. Let's see. And okay, while I have y'all here, I'm going to do a background color for this because this is nice for the office, but I think that for YouTube it's a little blah. So I'm thinking between like a bright, like kind of sky blue or like bluish green or yellow. But I could like go with another color. So do y'all have any suggestions for a background color that you'd like to see that might pop? Or my dark skin. But yeah, I was kind of thinking the turquoise family as well. Wolverine, something like that. I think might be good. Lilac. Okay. So I'm feeling where y'all are going with this. I'm feeling. Okay. So y'all were kind of like thinking what I'm thinking. It seems like. Okay, but yeah, we'll give it 5 minutes, get some people in here, and get some more people in here. I appreciate y'all for being in here. Thank y'all for giving me the thumbs up. And we'll get on with the entertainment segment of this, and then what we have for our features, Florida Man and IDGAF, and the mug drawing, we'll do in the next hour. So I'm trying to keep it like chopped up to an hour at a time, roughly an hour. And then we'll do our thing, right? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, but thank you. And so like now, okay, I'm getting, okay, good. Thank you, Nay West. I appreciate that. So like now I kind of feel like we got the heavy stuff out of the way. And like sometimes, thank you, Lady B, for coming back. Like how, like sometimes like I'm reading the comments and I go back, or like there's a lag in somebody's internet, and so better than my wigs. Well, that's shady, and that's a shady ass compliment, Soul Sessions. I appreciate you for saying that my hair looks better than my wigs, but I will be probably back in a sew-in probably next week or the week after, just for the sake of protecting my hair. And y'all will get the review on these. I just bought some collagen peptides today. I'm just like all over the place, y'all. I was supposed to put that in my coffee, but I just bought this today. So this is a new jar of collagen peptides, and that is helping my hair to grow. And it's helping my hair be thicker, even though I got my ends cut and everything, and it is shorter than it was before. It's thicker, and so it doesn't look shorter, But yeah, so we got 30 seconds, and then we'll go on and get into it with the topics. And again, thank y'all for coming back. No shade, it's really just a notice of your haircut. Thank you. No, I'm just playing. I don't take it as anything bad. Because the extensions will be coming back. Probably not in the form of a wig this time, but a weave. So y'all be ready for, me to have my hair down on my knees, child. No, it won't be quite that long. Okay, so we're at the 5 minute mark. Any channels come in, feel free to just promote yourselves, and let's go on and let me tell you what we're going to be talking about on this one, and then we'll log off and get the last one done. Let's see here. So we have a rest in peace for Diahann Carroll. Y'all know celebrities die on a regular basis, but unless they kind of meant something to me, I don't feel right even really talking about it. I don't feel right, like having fake concern over the death of someone that I didn't really know. But Diahann Carroll was someone who, was important to me somewhat growing up, and so I do want to shed some light on a few things about her that we may or may not have known, or just might be some good things to recall at this time. Stacey Dash. I did a video about Stacey Dash over the week, and that got a good number of views, so thank you all for supporting that. Thank y'all for commenting on that video and the mess that is now Stacey Dash, but she still looks good, y'all. It's a good looking 52, I tell you. And we're going to talk about Amanda Seales. I did not know about this story when it first came out, about her getting kicked out of the Black Emmys party, but I saw her name trending yesterday because apparently she's now named the woman who threw her out of the Black Emmys party, and it was a big deal. So we're going to talk about Amanda Seales and what I feel like is her crazy entitlement viewpoint of thinking about getting into somebody's party. We're going to talk about her. Yes, she is annoying to me. And then that will be it for entertainment. We'll log off and we'll come back to do Florida Man and IDGAF. How do y'all feel about that? Or do y'all want to keep Florida Man with the segment and just do IDGAF and the raffle together? Well, I'll think about that. But for now, I'll keep it that Florida Man will be separate. Whew. Sorry, not trying to yawn in your ear. It's just melted ice. I love cold ice water. But usually when I just drink water, I drink it at room temperature, but I like ice. So anyway, little known facts about Ty. Alright, so rest in peace to Diahann Carroll. I have notes on this one, y'all, so y'all just bear with me because there were some things that I, found out about her that I didn't know, and some things that I was able to recall about her. So before there was a Louise Jefferson, because I don't think that Louise Jefferson gets the credit that she deserves for being one of those breakthrough characters for black women in the 80s. Before there was a Louise Jefferson or a Claire Huxtable, the black woman on TV was Diahann Carroll. She was the first black woman to star in a TV role for being something other than a servant. Usually we were featured as maids. The show was called Julia, and it was the first American TV show to chronicle the life of a professional black woman. The show was on the air from 1968 to 1971, and she was very important to black female representation in particular, and we could use more like her on our screens today. I truly think that way. I think that we all know that she was an actress, but she did also win a Tony Award for singing on Broadway. And that was for some musical that was written expressly for her by Rodgers and Hammerstein, or maybe it was just Hammerstein after Rodgers died. I can't remember that part. But she was also a model, and as beautiful as she is, I'm sure that that's not very surprising to learn, if that's not something that you didn't already know about her. In the 1980s, she played Dominique Devereaux on Dynasty, and she was born in 1935 in the Bronx, and she was raised in Harlem. She changed the spelling of her middle name, which is Diahann. Carroll is actually her first name. And she did that when she was a teenager, and she was going out doing auditions for singing competitions and stuff. She thought that it was just something that would make her stand out. So I think ahead of her time as far as that's concerned. She started modeling for Ebony magazine when she was in high school. And she went off to college because her parents insisted that she get an education, but she dropped out of college to pursue a career in entertainment. Now, she did promise her parents that if it didn't work out in show business, that she would go back to school. But, obviously she didn't need to. So I just love stories like those when, somebody just abandons everything to pursue their dreams and it works out. So good for her. She got a role in Carmen, which was a huge deal at the time. Y'all know Carmen was the Otto Preminger remake of it was like a real opera, like an Italian opera, Carmen. But he recasted it. He did a recast with all black people, and Dorothy Dandridge was the star of that, and Harry Belafonte, they were the leads. Pearl Bailey, though, was also in it, and so every black actor, actress, dancer, singer wanted a role in Carmen, and Diahann Carroll landed one. A small role, but still, she landed one. And she was, I believe, probably 19 at that time as well. And in 1962, she testified at a congressional hearing about racial bias in the entertainment industry, because after she won her Tony, she said that she was really only able to get 4 major acting gigs in the span of 8 years. So here, y'all are saying I'm one of the most talented women in the industry, but I can't get a job, and now I like literally have critical acclaim behind my name, and I still can't work. So she said in that congressional hearing, quote, "I am living proof of the horror of discrimination." After that congressional hearing, then a little bit later, shortly thereafter, down the line comes her show, Julia. And she won a Golden Globe for her role in Julia. And the show got mixed reviews. So, there were people who were glad to see a black woman on TV in a non-servant role, but then some felt that her character, that her character had it much easier in real life, much easier than a real life single mother would have it. And now she wasn't just some single mother they took care to give her. She was a widow, so she was navigating her way through life as a new widow with this 3 or 4-year-old son or something on the show. And even Diahann Carroll said, quote, "At the moment, we're presenting the white Negro, and he has very little Negro-ness." And that's one of the complaints, I guess, that was thrown out there about her show, is these black people are too white. This isn't what black people are really like. Kind of like if you're my age, I'm 43, if you were old enough to remember when The Cosby Show came out, people were glad that there's this professional family, upper middle class family on TV, but a lot of people were saying that that's not really how black people live, and even for some black people are saying they live like white people. This is not how black people are, For some black people, though, they're like, "Oh, this is a lot more like my family than what I'm used to seeing at Good Times." So it's always that balance, So anyway, so she made that comment about her own show, that they were presenting a white Negro to America, and she survived. She is survived by her daughter, who is the one who released the news of her death on Twitter. Apparently, she died of cancer, and this is something I didn't even know that she had cancer. But she's survived by her daughter from her first marriage. She was married 4 times, and she's survived by 2 grandchildren and a sister. So that's all that I have on her, and she is dead now at the age of 84. May she rest in peace, y'all. Diahann Carroll, very, like I said, I think that Phylicia Rashad gets a lot of credit for being the first kind of elegant black woman on TV, but Diahann Carroll was that before we ever knew what Phylicia Rashad was or who she was. And so let me get to your comments. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let me get to y'all's comments on this, and then we'll move on to Miss Stacey Dash. Hold on. Sharon told me to be nice to her this time. I will. So I won't have time to be dropping my coffee or my water. Now, did I change my clothes? Soul Sessions with Brenda came back. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Wolverine. So I'm taking suggestions for a background color. I'm going to put up a backdrop behind me, because I like this for the office, but this is kind of blah for the live stream. So y'all tell me what colors y'all would like. Wolverine and I are thinking along the same lines. He said turquoise. So Citizen Stevie said lilac. So I'm open to suggestions. Let's see here. Lady B came in and they came in. So said she shaded my wig. Said that my real hair is looking nice, better than my wigs. Shade? No, she said she wasn't being shady though. Let's see here. Stacey Dash is annoying. Yes, I agree. Ice, ice, baby, too cold, too cold. Dun 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 dun. Ice, ice, baby. Okay, anyway. Let's see here. So Sharn kicks off the comments about our beloved Diahann Carroll. She says she was a fine black woman too, and yes, she was. She was really fine. Fine, great body, great face. That was a well put together woman. Brenda says I adored her growing up. Soul Session says she practiced hypergamy before it had a name for a true gem. Saw her on Dynasty in '95 reruns. Yes, she did practice hypergamy, and it doesn't always work out, you know. But at least y'all, you know, if it doesn't work out, you probably walk away with something from the deal. But like I said, she was married 4 times, so it's not always roses. Clearly, let's see here. Let's see. She was so glamorous and keen for a, I guess, for beauty. So such as the same. Okay, well, Brent said need to sleep. Got a staff meeting in the morning and need to get in early. Good night. Okay, so I missed the chance to say good night to Wolverine, it looks like, but I do, if you happen to watch it playback, appreciate you being here. Carmen was great and very well done by Preminger. I did like Carmen. Did y'all see Carmen? The all black cast opera. It was really good. When I saw it for the first time, I must have watched it several times over and over. Yep, I was shocked at 15 to learn most live like good times in the U.S., but now I know better, thank goodness. Oh, that is good to know, you know, that, because, you know, like what the images that people put out, you know, are what people believe. And so, yeah, we don't all live in the projects, you know, from pillar to post. Oh, let's see. She was a very beautiful, elegant woman. Yes, American Copperhead, she was very beautiful, very elegant. Sharon says, I'm on the interstate and my signal is going in and out, but I'm still here. Well, thank you for still hanging in here with us, Sharon, with your signal going in and out. Teal. Okay, another good suggestion. Teal. If y'all have suggestions for a background that y'all like to see fill up this frame on Sundays, and let me know, because I'm battling between like something in the blue family and yellow. For a background, I want it to pop, because this is like blah. I like it for the office, but for the live stream, it is kind of blah. So I'm trying to change up some things. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so that's it for Diahann Carroll. Let me take a sip, and we'll talk about Stacey Dash. Lord help. Stacey. Yeah, I like Carmen, and that's the thing. I think that a lot of black actresses at that time, or just in, you know, before the, let's say, 70s, 80s, I think that they became civil rights activists kind of by default. Some of them probably had that spirit about themselves, but I think that just because of the discrimination that they face themselves, just by the nature of having to stand up for yourself and say, you know, I'm not going in this back door, or I'm going to be able to drink out of this water fountain, or if I'm performing at this hotel, I'm going to be able to swim in the pool. You kind of like just by default and fighting for your own rights, you become an activist, whether that's what's in your heart to do or not. And so I do wonder when I hear about actresses of those days, you know, being civil rights activists, how much was it just a necessity for themselves just so that they could live the way that they need to live and, you know, perform in these spaces, or how much of it was genuine, like, you know, I'm fighting for my people so that we can all get along, because, you know, I you know, how my mind works. I just always have to question things. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk about Miss Stacey Dash, y'all. Like I said, I did a video about this, and that's still, even though I am changing up some things about Sunday Fun Day, the videos that I make during the week, they will always be things that we're going to talk about live. I appreciate y'all going and watching those videos. I've been putting in a lot of time editing those videos. Now that I'm learning more features on the storyboard editor that I'm using, it's taking me longer to get my edits done. So my videos are going up at 11 o'clock at night and stuff. They're not getting the views that they had been getting because they're going up so late. By the time I post my video, people are asleep. But y'all, thank you. I'm thankful to have this faithful few who are coming back. Thank you, Jory Brown. I'm thinking we'll have this faithful few who will come back and look at my stuff when they get up the next morning, whatever. So I'm working on redoing how I need to redo that too, because I do want the channel to grow. So let me just put that out in the atmosphere. I want this channel to grow. I'd love to have finally be at my 3,000 subscriber count before the month is over. So y'all share my videos, please. Share, tweet me, put me on your Facebook. That helps me so much. I always, like I said, I appreciate the donations to the channel, but y'all have no idea how much sharing my content really helps me. So that being said, thank y'all for supporting that Stacey Dash video that I did. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a live thing. Let's see here. She claims that she was put in a chokehold by her husband. I had played the 911 call in that video. If you didn't watch my Stacey Dash video, go back and take a look at that. And my Botham Jean videos as well. The short one, I think that everyone will enjoy. Let's see here. She seems like she was also saying that his 15-year-old daughter, her husband's 15-year-old daughter, might have pushed her. Sounds like she was saying that she was telling the little girl to do her homework, and the little girl pushed her. But when the police arrived, Stacey Dash didn't have any marks on her body, and her husband did, so they took Stacey Dash into custody. She's the one who got arrested, and I did not upload the arrest video on my video that I did about Stacey Dash. I did post a 911 call, which went on, I think, for about 6 minutes. But I did watch her arrest video, and apparently the arresting officer didn't know who she was. She was explaining to him, I was in a movie called Clueless, and more recently I was a Fox News contributor. He's like, oh, that's good for you. He really did not seem to know who she was. Matter of fact, he thought that she was Latina, and apparently, though, Stacey Dash's father is a Black American, and her mother is a Black Mexican. So she is, in fact, like I thought, Black. She's a Black woman. But I cannot confirm that she is the one who said that she was white, because that officer ended up saying, recording her as white on the arrest record. And as I understand, he did that because there's not a space for him to say that she was Latina, so he put her as white. But people are saying that she said that she was, and I don't know. Like I said, I have not been able to confirm that. Wouldn't put it past her based on some of the things that Stacey Dash has done and said, and some of the ways that she was acting up on Fox News in particular. But anyway, even with all of the shenanigans that I'm used to from Stacey Dash, I don't think that she's gone quite that far, that she literally thinks that she's a white woman. Even though it does appear to me that she's bleaching her skin. Because I kind of thought that, she was looking a little bit lighter, but I don't really follow her like that. Pretty much every time I see Stacey Dash, I'm just looking at her, I'm like, oh wow, she's really pretty. She really looks good. She still looks good. That's about it. But okay, in my video, I posted a GIF taken from the Clueless movie, and I let that play while we listened to the 911 call. And then I have the picture that I used for the thumbnail that's actually part of the thumbnail for this video. and she looks noticeably lighter. And y'all know black people, as we age, if anything, if our skin color does change, we tend to get darker. And so I do believe that she's probably been bleaching her skin. And even though she's noticeably lighter, I still have a hard time believing that she actually thinks that she's a white woman. So, like I said, I just can't confirm that she is the one who said that. As I understood, that was kind of like an error on the police department's part, because the arresting officer, I'm petting my dog in case y'all are wondering, because the arresting officer thought that she was Latina but didn't have anywhere where he could put that, so he just said she was white. And reportedly she had to get a public defender because she's broke. I, don't know what she did with her fortune. I find it hard to believe that she's just completely so broke that she can't afford an attorney. Her husband is an attorney, but I guess he wouldn't be defending her in this case, even though he did bail her out. But anyway, and I don't think that she's going to really get a whole lot of sympathy, especially from black people in general, but more so, even I would say specifically from black men, who have found her attractive for all these years and don't really like the fact that she always dates out of her race. She's pretty much almost always dated white men, and I think a lot of black men just don't appreciate that, especially when I was reading the comments about the whole situation on Twitter. Oh, I thought things was better when you crossed the fence. I thought that it was all good when you get you a white zaddy, and so yeah, they were kind of just really having a field day about her new misfortune. But that's really all that I have on that. Let me see what y'all are saying about Miss Stacey Dash, and then we'll move on to the craziness that is Amanda Seales. Let's see what y'all have to say about Stacey. Let's see here. Joy Brown says, "You right. The best thing to do is write. Can you do nail polish tutorial?" I cannot. Let me show you. So these are my nails. I do not polish them. I do not know how to polish them. I cannot polish them well. I'm not that beauty channel girl. There are tons of YouTubers out here who do that. That is so not my lane. I don't even like to comb my hair. Before I took my wig out, I don't even think I owned a brush. So yeah, I'm not the one. Let's see here. That'll be some nice copperhead and what? What are you talking about? Let's see. Hey, Rachika. Okay, we're just talking about Stacey Dash. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Her beauty has gone down really rapidly for a Blaxican. I still think she looks good for 52, but she doesn't look as good as she used to. That is a reality. Part of it is just aging, but I do think that part of it is because I think she's bleaching her skin and she's messing with, that was just a naturally beautiful girl. I think that she could have been beautiful her whole life and probably still will be to a degree, but I hate that she's, bleaching her skin. It really does look like that's what she's doing. Nay West says that she's bleaching her skin. She has a complex, a serious one. Yeah, I don't, there's one thing, like to go in and use fade creams, to correct spots. You have dark spots on, certain areas of your face or your body to even out your skin tone. But to just, dunk your whole body or however that works, or slather, bleach from toe to the tip of your head, to make yourself look lighter. Yeah, you gotta have some serious issues to do that, and that stuff is not safe. And I think that that's what she's doing because her complexion doesn't look smooth and silky like it used to, that's weird for them not to have a space to put in Latina in Cali. She was arrested in Florida, I believe. Wasn't she American Copperhead? But either way, whether it's California or Florida, neither one of those does make sense to not have Latina as an option when you look at all of the Afro-Latinas and just people, in Florida who come from Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, like all those Latin, or Spanish-speaking islands that are, right by the tip. I believe. Why do I think she got arrested in Florida? Did she, y'all? I can't remember. I think that's what I got on my notes in that video. But like I said, it could have been California. But either way, California or Florida, why would there be no spot for Latina? It doesn't make any sense. Or Hispanic, or something of that nature, or like Hispanic non-white, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense that would not be an option. Halle Berry looks good for 50 something. She looks tired and defeated in soul. She needs therapy. Look at Liv Pizza photos. Yeah, I actually thought that it would have been California as well when I first read it, but I do believe that she is somewhere in Florida. I think so. I'm almost sure of that. And I don't have my notes for that video, but I think she's in Florida, or was arrested in Florida. But yeah, y'all, so that's it for Miss Stacey Dash. Do y'all have any more thoughts? Because I don't. I'll just take a sip and see if any more comments come through, and then we can move on to Miss Amanda Seales. Whew. Okay, moving right along to Amanda Seales. Oh, this is not my notes. Hold up. Okay. Okay, so this story, y'all, I got from a source that I don't even really like, but they were the ones who got the interview, so I had to get it. After I saw Amanda Seales trending on Twitter yesterday, because she was talking about having gotten kicked out of a Black Emmy party. And somehow, apparently, the story went viral like when it happened about 2 weeks ago, but I missed the whole thing. Didn't even talk about it here on the live stream because I just hadn't heard about it at all. So, let's talk about that. Excuse me. Amanda Seales. She is the lady from Insecure. That's where I know her from. She's the light-skinned friend who has the light-skinned husband. She's pregnant. I think on the last season, like about ready to pop, they had the baby shower for her. She did the extra ass photo shoot like Beyonce and Serena Williams. She had no, it wasn't a photo shoot. I think it was actually paintings done of her. Anyway, so she's that girl. She's been she's kind of big on social media for coming out, making statements about Black issues, and sometimes I agree with her. Generally, it seems like I don't. She just seems like one of those Black women that Black women should be careful of. I don't know. Oh, hey, Red 365 is here listening. Thank you for still being here, y'all. That's our party channel, our party people. Red 365 and Mrs. LP. Don't forget to check them out. So here, let's just go on. So this story, like I said, it comes from Madame Noir. So I'm just gonna kind of read and analyze as I go. Now, apparently they reported on her last week that comedian. Okay, so she is also a comedian. I've seen her clips of stand-up. And Insecure actress Amanda Seales found herself unceremoniously escorted out of a Black Emmys after party. At that time, the unfortunate situation happened. Amanda placed blame on, quote, what she said. Amanda said it was, quote, a white woman named Kiara who kicked her out. And then Amanda has a podcast called Small Doses, which that's really the only way I can take Amanda Seales because I do find her to be annoying as fuck. She has a podcast called Small Doses. And so she got on her podcast this week and she changed her tune. Instead of saying that it was a white woman named Kiara who kicked her out of the party, now she's saying that it was a Black woman who denied her entrance into the very Black event. Stop, Indy. Indy's licking my foot. Stop. Go lay down. You don't get in trouble. Oh, let me get her. Here. Now go lay down. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I hate when she does that. Okay, so anyway. She's saying that it was a black woman now who denied her entrance into this party, and the same woman just so happens to be the publicist for Issa Rae. And Issa Rae, y'all know, is the creator of Insecure, the show that Amanda Seales is on. So this whole situation could be messing up somebody's money. In that episode of Small Doses, she called it Side Effects of Professionalism, Part 1. Amanda said she wanted to address a situation which went viral, and in order to process the damage. In doing so, she outed Issa's publicist, whose name is Vanessa Anderson, as the woman who caused her so much drama 2 weeks ago. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. How is it so much drama that your ass got kicked out of a party that you were never invited to in the first place? But anyway, moving along. Vanessa is the woman who started the Black Emmy Party to celebrate Black Hollywood, according to Amanda, quote, "We are not friends," end quote. Again, quote, "She has never been nice to me, ever. She has always had a curtness, and she's always seemed to be bothered simply by my demeanor, my way of communicating with her, etc. At a certain point, it became, well, this is not someone I need to speak to because I don't work for her. She doesn't work for me. There's no reason for us to interact for all intents and purposes, so we don't," end quote. Again, if that's how you feel about her, Amanda, and that's how you know she feels about you, that she doesn't like you, why are you busting down doors trying to get into her party? She created this party. She does not like you. You do not like her. She has to pay an expense to put this party on, so she's not going to be inviting people she doesn't like. And you, though, for some reason, feel that your entitled ass should just be able to gain entrance to this party to which you were not invited. And then you bring other people into it like it's some kind of fucking social justice matter. Okay, so let me continue with this story. She says, however, back to the article. They had to interact in one way or another for Amanda to gain access to the party. She recounted that at last year's Black Emmy Party, which she came with Jill Scott, Amanda Seales came with Jill Scott, she also had a hard time getting in. When she tried to get Vanessa's attention to fix the situation, she claims that the woman went off on her. So you already had a hard time getting into last year's Black Emmy Party. You came with Jill Scott, someone who I'm guessing people probably know who were at this event. It was so hard for you getting in last year, and then this year you still were not invited, but you still took your black little self up to this party to try to gain entrance and are getting upset that you were denied entrance. I don't understand. It didn't go well last year, and you thought that it would go better this year, even though you're still not on the guest list. Is Amanda on drugs, y'all? Okay, so, quote, this is what she says. Amanda, nobody has time for this right now. That's what she says that Vanessa said about her. I do not have time for this. So I guess that since last year Vanessa didn't have time, Amanda thought that this year Vanessa would have the time to entertain her foolishness at a party again that she was never invited to. So Amanda said she was confused, as were a number of other people, by Vanessa's response. Nevertheless, she was able to get into the party with the help of someone else. After the uncomfortable incident, she addressed Issa about Vanessa's issue with her, saying, quote, "She's not nice, she's just nasty." She told Issa there needed to be a layer of civility between them at least, but Issa didn't feel it was her part to get involved. I agree with Issa. I would not want to get involved either. This is my publicist who does not like you. She's made that clear. The level of civility that y'all need to have is stay out of each other's spaces. She didn't invite you to the party so that she could in turn be rude to you. She didn't invite you so that she could throw you out, like, take the Kenya Moore approach and, invite you just get out of my party. No, she just didn't invite you. It doesn't really get more civil than that. Just not communicating with the bitch you don't like, and so, but Amanda just doesn't understand, who the fuck wants to go through a bunch of hoops to get in a party? You get all dressed up, you're looking good, you want the spotlight on you, you got all this attention, only to have people looking at your ass get thrown out of a space, or you got to fight to get in the door. Who wants to do all that? You go sit down. Big nose, go. That's ending, y'all. Okay, so let me go on with this stupid ass story. And so, yeah, of course, Issa's saying, I don't want to be a part of it. Okay, so she says, Issa said, yeah, I mean, that's between y'all, she recounted. This is her party, so it's not my jurisdiction to tell her how to treat you at a party. That's what Issa had to say. I agree with Issa. It's not up to Issa to say, well, you should come to her party. How dare she not invite you to her? Leave me out of this and stop fucking with my money. That's my publicist. If she doesn't want you there, just stay your ass at home or go to another party. Like, why do you have to get into this party? Why is it so important that you go to this party that you're not invited to? There must be at least 5 other after parties for the Emmys going on, but you got to bring you and your ridiculousness into this one. This girl's out of her black ass mind. Let me see. So she left it at that last year, they say. Boom, that was all last year. Fast forward to this year, Jesse Williams invited her this year, and at the HBO after party, she was telling all the black folks she could find about Vanessa's party. So, again, this year she was already at an after party. She was at the HBO after party. They said there, she was telling all the black people about Vanessa's party, the one that she wasn't invited to, thinking she would gain access again. This girl's crazy. As we know, things did not go as hoped. When she reached the door, the young woman, Kiara, from the previous year, I guess, said she couldn't come in and that she wasn't on the list. All true. Why are you over here? Go. Hold on. Let me put Indy out because she's annoying me. You're annoying me. Come on. Come on, Mama. You're sniffing around too much. Beat it. Go play with Rafa. Okay, sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Okay, hold it. So, as we know, things didn't go as hoped. That's where I left off. When she reached the door, the young woman, Kiara, like we said that she wasn't on the list, so she couldn't come in. Quote, I saw Vanessa come outside and have a conversation with her, but I didn't think anything of it, she said. Mm-hmm. It was interesting that this was happening because it seemed like an echo of the year before. Really? Imagine that. So 2 years in a row, you tried to attend a party that you were not invited to, and then you get surprised on the second year that your dumbass standing at the door. It feels a lot like the year before, and it's going to be hard for you to get in because you're not invited. Like, what do you, this kind of felt like the year before. I bet the fuck it did. You weren't invited. Like, nobody wanted you there. So Janet Jackson's manager even tried to get Amanda in, but they still said she wasn't on the list and that it was a no. That's when she first started to air out her grievances on her Instagram stories, which I only saw her one of her Instagram lives, or I don't know if it was live, I think that it was, but anyway, she was just talking about how people, are telling her how to feel about this, and saying she's doing too much, and all these people on her Instagram like, girl, yeah, they shouldn't be telling you how to feel. I'm like, yeah, y'all stop coddling this dumb bitch and entertaining this stupidity. So anyway, that's another story. Actor Elijah Kelly ended up helping her find her way in, which the woman Kiara was not okay with. Amanda waved off Kiara and tried to head toward the table for the insecure cast, where all of her little castmates were. But before she knew it, security came up to her and told her that she needed to be escorted out, and that it was Vanessa, the woman who's putting on the party, not the little white woman Kiara who's manning the door. It was Vanessa who said that she needed to leave. She wouldn't leave until she spoke with Vanessa, but was told to leave. Now she's saying, I'm not leaving until I talk to Vanessa. The bitch who doesn't like you, the bitch who didn't invite you, that's who you want to stay and talk to, dummy. But she was told to leave or the cops were going to be called by the black male general manager of Avenue, and Avenue is the venue where they held this party. Aside from being dumbfounded about the situation, Amanda said she was also upset that no one tried to step in to help. Why are you dumbfounded that you're having trouble gaining access into a party that you were not invited to? And you already know that the person who's throwing the party does not like you. Why would you be surprised and dumbfounded at what's going on? And why are you expecting people to jump up and help you like this is some social crisis, Rosa Parks, back of the bus, Black Lives Matter bullshit? Girl, what is wrong with you? It's something the fuck wrong with you. Quote, I'm also seeing people seeing this happen and they're doing nothing, she said. If I saw this happening to someone else, I would have been all up in that shit. I bet you would, because you seem like the kind of dummy who's addicted to bullshit ass drama, which is exactly what this is. So yeah, I could see you getting all up in the face of somebody. Why won't you let her get in here? Because she's not invited. Well, why isn't she invited? Like, everybody in the world needs to be invited at every fucking party in the world. How do you... I don't even understand her reasoning for thinking that this is okay. For the record, she says, nobody made a ruckus for me. Why the fuck did anybody need to make a ruckus for you when you're running up, going to a party that you weren't invited to? You know, what ruckus needs to be made? You know, we know you don't like this bitch, but let her in. Like, how do we even begin to get on your side? How do you even begin to rally people to come to your aid? It's a party, you dumb bitch. You were already at a party, the HBO after party. You could have stayed your black ass there. But no, you wanted to go and... Girl, whatever. Okay. She noted the event was supposed to be a safe space for black people. So for it to not be that for her, and the fact that no one intervened to help her, caused her to have an emotional reaction. Quote, it was wildly humiliating. A safe space for black people. So what, was all of our black asses supposed to be able to come? Was I supposed to be able to go because it was a safe space for black people? Bitch, you're not on the list. That's all that it amounts to. That's it. Like, why is there even a thing? I can't even imagine myself getting dressed to the nines, thinking that I'm going to some party, that some bitch who hates me, I don't like her, she doesn't like me, she didn't invite me, but I know I'm getting in. I just know she's going to let me in this party, or it's going to be some trouble. Everybody's going to cause a ruckus. They're going to go off on her. How is this your train of thought? What kind of... I don't know what is this? Light skin entitlement? I don't know what is... I don't know what's going through her black ass mind. Still, people on Instagram told her she was being childish and that she shouldn't have been shocked that Vanessa didn't want her at her party if the two didn't get along. She didn't agree. That's what's written in the article. Duh. Like, okay, why is it not logical for people to say, you weren't supposed to be there, she didn't want you there? How are you going to be surprised that you get turned away at the door? She said, quote, this party was not at her house. This was not a personal event. This was not a birthday party. It was not a naming ceremony. This was a Hollywood party for black entertainers and contributors to Hollywood. So by nature of that, I am a part of that industry and should be here celebrating with my community. But you weren't invited, bitch. Like, what part of that do you not understand? Like, just because that's what the party was for, yes, it's a party that celebrates black excellence in Hollywood or whatever. That doesn't mean that every Negro who ever had a line in a movie gets to come to this party. And so what? It wasn't at her house. She's the one who footed the bill to have this party on, and she doesn't like you. She didn't want you there. So how the fuck do you feel like you should be entitled to access to a party that you're not invited to? So what? It wasn't a personal event or a naming event. I don't care if it said, if the title of the party was general public, and everybody in the world is on the guest list except for Amanda Seales. If you weren't on the guest list, you're not on the guest list. Don't bring your dumb ass in there. I mean, she's really like going in on this, like, she was denied access to a lunch counter, in 1968. Okay. She also noted that Vanessa wasn't the only person working on the event, reminding people that Jesse Williams was the initial person who invited her. She also debunked rumors that she wrestled through the door, got into an argument with someone, and at any point pissed on the floor, which she read on a blog. Okay, I hadn't heard all that. Now, yeah, people are lying on you. Nothing wrong with defending yourself. But she acted a big enough fool that all that anybody had to do was tell the truth, and she would look stupid, because she does. She sounds like an idiot. It's very frustrating to be somebody who's just trying to do good work and have to deal with this type of unprofessionalism. You didn't have to deal with it. You could have stayed your black ass at home, or you could have stayed your black ass at the HBO after party where you already were, where you were invited, where you were welcome. But you're running your mouth to every black person who will listen about Vanessa's party that you're not invited to. So you set yourself up for this unprofessionalism. It's not unprofessionalism, bitch. You're unwelcome. That's it. And it's like she can't understand that. To have to deal with this type of informality and to deal with this literal type of petty ass fuckery, and Hollywood is so rife with this. Y'all know how I feel. And as for those who say she was petty or unprofessional for publicly naming Vanessa, she disagreed, saying that her actions warranted exposure. What actions? You came to my party that you were not invited to. I had security escort you out. Boom. That's it. I don't like you. You don't like me. Why do you want to be at my party? Bye. Vanessa didn't do anything but make a bitch leave who was never invited to a party. She says, fuck that. Some behavior does not deserve the luxury of anonymity. And this was an instances where no, I'm not going to have this story told by other people without telling my story. Okay, well, Amanda, congratulations. You told your story. You look like a bigger idiot than you did before we all knew. Because like I said, apparently the story went viral a couple of weeks ago when the party happened. I missed it then, but she was trending on Saturday because she had to come on her stupid little podcast and talk about it some more, and then name the black woman now it's not a white woman but a black woman who threw her out. She looks like a whole ass fool, y'all. She's so taxing to talk about. So let's go on and look at y'all's comments for this, and then we'll log off and we'll come back with Florida Man and IDGAF. Let me see what y'all are saying about this one. Okay, so Amanda is always either borderline or is reaching when she speaks about anything that has to do with black people. I agree. It's very seldom that I agree with her opinions on much of anything. Nay West. Achilles says, I got back in time just to hear she's annoying as fuck. Yes. Amanda Seales, I was talking about, I believe, not my dog, I think. Amanda seems like she needs a lot of attention, or her world shaky or something. That's what Soul Sessions had to say. Nay West says she sounds like one of those stereotypical light-skinned pretty girls. Okay, and I didn't want to just go there with it, but I kind of did. But that's what this is coming across like. Like, I'm pretty. I have curly hair. Like, what do you mean I can't get into the party? I always get into everybody's party. Like, that's how this is coming across. Um, if you publicly display your feelings, and that means if you publicly display your feelings, and that means you want me to tell you how to feel about. Oh, okay. Well, like, yeah. Okay. She's basically asking everybody will, will y'all please help me with my popularity or a lack thereof. It does seem like that. Oh, thank you, American Copperhead, for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, spending part of your Sunday with us. I'm about to log off, y'all, and do our final stream. I hope we have some people around to play the game. Let's see here. Indy, you gotta stop. Let's see here. Where's her guy? Did he accompany her there? I don't know. She has a guy. Ah, thank you, American Copperhead. Okay, so y'all, American Copperhead contributed. So now we have $12 that we're playing for IDGAF. Like I said, but okay. After this week, I'm gonna stop taking the donations that are smaller than $3. And no, I'm gonna take the donations, but I'm gonna stop cutting them in half. Because I always say a third. So somebody's going to be winning something like $10.60 or $12.40. I'm going to start being that petty and splitting it up like that. Indy, stop. Go lay down. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. She's so hard-headed. Okay. But thank you. I do appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to get to your comments again. Yeah, I don't know where her guy is. I don't know if she has a guy. I don't know. But even if so, hopefully, I mean, he just would have been like, babe, let's not go to that party. I don't feel like getting in a fight at the door with the, bouncer. You're not invited here. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know if she has a man or not. Because she said that Jesse Williams is the one who invited her. He's dating some white actress, right? So, I don't know. Let's see here. Just blatant arrogance. That's all this is. Exactly. Like, I just cannot imagine feeling entitled to get into someone's party who did not invite me and who I know does not like me. And I made it clear that I don't like her, and then like beating down the door and expecting everybody to get all fight the power and power to the people about the fact that I couldn't get in. I cannot imagine being so arrogant. So where's your invite, Amanda? LOL. Should they invite Jimmy Walker too? Right? Okay. Dynamite! Where's the party? I mean, everybody doesn't get to come. They have the people they invited, and that is that. That's all that it is, She make it sound like they was doing a brown paper bag test at the door, right? And poor thing, maybe that's what she's used to. And if they had been doing the brown paper bag test at the door, she would have been able to get right on in. I guess that's maybe what she's used to. I don't understand. Like, why can't I get in? I'm white and I have long curly hair. Like, let me in. This is like so stupid. You're like so unprofessional right now, and I can't believe that nobody's taking up for me. Like, what the hell is going on? I hate you niggers. Like, that's what I get from her. She's retarded. Let's see here. She sounds like an ABFAB skit. What is ABFAB? What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay, and then American Copperhead had to go. So yeah, that's all that I have on this one. We at just under an hour, so I'll let it go to an hour exactly. But y'all, I'm so done with this girl. So when I come back, we are going to play IDGAF, and we're going to play it for what, $12. And we're gonna have our Florida Man story. We'll do the Florida Man story first, then we'll play IDGAF. And then I have my Sunday Funday mug that I drank out of in the first segment. I'm going to raffle off a Sunday Funday mug. And then we'll see what we're going to do after that, because I think that there's only one left at my local Five Below. But I did say that I would go in and brand some Sunday Funday mugs for myself. for this channel. So I'll do that so that we can sip tea and coffee together and hopefully not spill it. But that's it for this one, y'all. Unless y'all have some more comments, and then after we play and do our raffle, I'll see if y'all want to talk about something else. But that will be it. How do y'all feel about the change and breaking it up? I appreciate y'all coming back. I kind of feel like for the sake of the live stream itself, probably not necessarily the best move, because I do feel like I'll probably lose some people, who were watching in the first part and they might not stick around. But I think that it will catch up with me on the back end for the playback. So just trying something different, see what sticks. Got some great notes from Layla Lynn. If anybody out there is a YouTuber looking to grow your channel, y'all know I recommend wholeheartedly that you take her class. She's so helpful. So anyway, I'm going to log off from this one. I'm going to come right back. Give me about 5-10 minutes. Just stay tuned. Please hit your notification bell for my channel, and I'll be right back. Ty, I hope you send me cotton candy. That was not a threat. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but you'll see Monday. But when I log off, Akili, you and Sharn, I'm going to send you your tracking numbers. Your packages both should arrive on Monday, so you'll see what you have in there, Miss Thang. I'm counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me 5 to 10, and I'll be right back, y'all. Bye-bye.